Sure.
You were that fast?
All right, here we go, everybody. Stop the music.
Not exactly.
What's up, Dom?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
All right. That thing recording? All right, cool. All right, my name's Dom.
We're off to a good start already, everybody.
Listen, I tried to do the whole, live bullshit, but it wasn't working. I got to talk to my buddy Shaggy to figure out how I do the live.
It's only
thing.
The first episode.
Yeah,
so,
it's all right.
It can only get better.
Everything turns to shit after the first episode, so we'll see what happens here.
Well, we're starting with shit, so it can't turn to shit.
But it's like
Shit is shit. That's all I gotta say.
And we're not supposed to be swearing on here. Man.
Sorry, shit's not swearing. South Park did a whole episode of shit.
That's true. And
all right.
They say shit on AEW now on TNT, which
well, that's TNT. You can do anything you want on TNT.
It is what it is.
But don't look so like a robot in the camera. You gotta look.
I don't care about the camera.
I know.
It's all about the audio. It's about what we're talking about. I don't care about the video and all this kind of stuff.
That was a great day. I liked that day. I want to go back to that day. Blues win the Stanley Cup final. All right. So,
Mike, why don't you give them a breakdown about what this thing is about and what it's supposed to be, what we're representing and all this kind of stuff. Don't just get into what it's say on that thing. Man.
Well, we're going to talk about sports, music,
businesses to grow.
That's the first time I ever heard music being mentioned about this.
I figure we'll have other people on here, so we're gonna talk about music.
That's true.
We're gonna talk about
all of the amazing services of the post office.
Wrestling, baseball, football. I don't know much about basketball. If Don wants to talk about basketball, he'll talk about basketball. Hockey, we'll talk about some hockey.
And I don't know shit about hockey. So,
sorry, I'll take over hockey. XFL, can't wait for the XFL to come. Big time Guardians fan, long time Guardians fan, not even a year. Actually, 2 years, yeah.
He loves them so much he bought season tickets. So.
$185 a ticket. That was great. What else?
So we'll consider you a diehard XFL fan.
I'm going to be a diehard XFL fan.
That's nice.
The Hitmen. Remember the Hitmen?
Oh, of course.
Hitmen
I
were
had
awesome.
season tickets to the Hitmen, man.
Really?
He hate me, man.
Yeah.
I went to every game down there.
I kind of missed the nicknames, but hey, you know what? We got Matt McGuane as a quarterback. It's gonna be a great time.
Can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that.
Right, because Brian Cortez doesn't adequately respect.
8. Woo! My battery life's up to 8. Good.
This ain't even like the
What else?
Yeah,
what else?
What else? What?
We got WWE talk. Don's a big WWE fan. We're gonna.
I love all wrestling, not just WWE.
So, and the other things we're gonna do is this is a little uncontrollable nonsense, because just like we're doing right now. Just we don't. It's not scripted. It's not. I mean, yeah, I got paper of what we're gonna talk about, but other than that, what we say is not scripted. We're not here reading the TV over here. We're just talking. Babbling about nonsense.
It's just bullshitting about
pretty much.
Sports and all this other kind of stuff happening.
Yeah, pretty much. But Don's very upset today. Actually, he was very upset yesterday.
I've been upset since
You see this right here?
Wednesday.
See this right here? He's a big Carlos Beltran fan, and
he's my favorite Met, of all time. I love Carlos Beltran. I don't care about, any Mets fans that are hating on him because of that Game 7 thing. It could have happened to anybody, but, he was a great Met. He performed well that whole postseason. They didn't lose because of him. There was a lot of things that happened, but, I was happy to see Beltran come back, and I was thrilled that he was going to be the manager. And and I'm outraged that they get rid of him already. I don't know if Mike wanted me to go into a rant.
Go on a rant, baby. Go on a rant. We gotta get the people.
The Mets knew about these rumors that were happening and all this nonsense about the Astros and all this, but he was a player on the team at that time. He wasn't in any position of authority. Yeah, maybe he was a veteran player, and all this kind of stuff. If you want to be mad about anything, be mad that he didn't put a stop to it or tell them that they shouldn't be doing that. But
Minnesota.
he was a player at the time. If you're gonna go after the players, he shouldn't be the only player that they go after. The manager, Cora was the assistant manager of the team, so these are guys that are in positions of authority on that team, and they could have pulled the plug at any time. And for Beltran to lose a job before he even manages one game, over that nonsense, to me it's just ridiculous. And it just proves, the point that the Mets, again, have no idea what they're doing and all this kind of stuff. But, I don't know. I said yesterday I was going to, boycott the Mets season. And, I'm not watching the Mets at all next year. But, I'm a loyal Mets fan. I'm a diehard Mets fan. But, I'm probably going to, still watch them and still root for them. But, they just prove once again they have no backbone. They're not willing to stick, by the decisions they make. And, now they're back at the drawing board a month away from, spring training starting. And now they got to look for a new manager, somebody to come in here and, start from scratch all over again. And, they're going to be looking for somebody that the front office can control and, tell them what to do and make all the decisions for them. We'll see what happens. But I think it's outrageous that they get rid of Beltran, like that and, let him go. And, they can say all they want to say about mutually parting ways and him stepping down. That's not what happened. Everybody, knows that's not what happened. They canned him. They forced him out, and that's all there is to it. So we'll see what happens. I'll stop my rant there. We'll see what happens. I have no faith in the Mets. I've been a Mets fan for my entire life, and I just know whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and this is just another example of that. All right, I'm done.
Well done. That was good. I like that.
I'm finished.
Now, as
and also the day before that happened, The Rock's father died, and that so it was a tragic 2 days. The Rock's father died, and then Beltran got canned. So it was like a funeral for 2 days in a row. So
yes, Dom.
Rest in peace to Rocky Johnson. My condolences to The Rock. I love The Rock, but The Rock is gonna, he's gonna get past it. He'll get over it, and he's gonna keep doing what he does.
Now, as he brought up the 2006 World Series, NLCS, it was a great game. I enjoyed it myself. I would never, take anything away from Beltran for looking at strike three. I enjoyed it. It was a great time. But my take on it, who cares? I've been telling people this since the whole Astros thing. You know what? To me, baseball is the easiest thing to fix, to film, to cheat at. All you gotta do is look at the pitcher. If you look at the pitcher on film and he keeps his glove up here for fastball and he's facing you and you see his glove up here, it's gonna be a fastball. So why not just help the batter out a little bit? You bang bang. When I played football, I would help out the linebackers behind me. I was defensive lineman. If I saw their knuckles, if I saw their fingertips red, that means they're coming at me. So I told my linebackers that I put my arm back like this, and they were running at me. So they were prepared. And it helped us out a lot. We had a really good run defense when I was in high school. And if they weren't onto the ground as I wanted them to be, because they were passing, I told them, I said, I smacked my butt. I can't really smack my butt because I'm sitting down. But I smacked my butt. I tell them it was passing. So whatever they were playing, they would back out of it and go to a pass defense.
What's
You know.
your? What are you trying to say though? I don't understand what you're saying about just look at the pitcher. I mean, obviously they've been stealing signs, ever since baseball's been there. But
Because if a
everybody's
pitcher,
outraged because they have a video camera hooked up in the outfield, which is they're watching in the dugout. That's different than a player up at the plate watching the pitcher or somebody on second base, relaying signs in there.
hey,
That's completely
baseball all
different.
started out with relaying signs. I mean,
I understand, but they're using a video camera. They're watching on a video in the dugout what sign the catcher's throwing down.
you know what?
That's different than somebody on second base, just trying to eye in and see what's happening and relay something to the batter. That's
It's
different.
all fair game.
Everybody's doing that.
Yeah, everyone's doing it. Look at the Patriots.
So are you?
The Patriots are filming other teams.
So you're trying
on
to
the
tell me?
sideline.
So every team should have a video camera in the dugout now, so they can tell their players what pitch is coming.
Just don't get caught. Don't be in the stands.
They didn't get caught. The
Don't-
freaking pitcher that left the team, ratted them all out.
Don't be in the stands with a GoPro. Just stand there going, "What are you doing with the
They didn't
GoPro?"
get caught like that. That's not how they got caught.
I know. Who the hell was it? Who?
Mike Fires.
Mike Fire. Yeah, Mike Fire.
Yeah, he dropped a dime on them.
Well,
That's how this all started.
I'm not gonna say you gotta kill him, but as an Italian, you might want to off him a little. You might want to go scare him a little, shake him up a little bit. Look at Jose Canseco. If it wasn't for Jose Canseco writing that book, the whole steroids thing wouldn't have been as big as it was.
Exactly. It
Remember the
blew
whole-
up right then and there.
This reminds me of the steroids thing.
It's different than steroids, though.
Why? It's both cheating. It's still cheating. Look at-
It's all cheating, true. But, like I heard this morning on, talk show radio, AM show, steroids, that's an individual player's decision. They're taking it, they're gaining the advantage. Not everybody else on the team might know about it. This thing that happened with the Astros, everybody, on the team knew what was happening. So they were all involved in it. That's why my beef, with Carlos Beltran is, he wasn't the only player on the team that knew what was happening. Every other player was involved in it. So why is he the only player that's, getting fucked over in this whole thing?
Because pretty much, I think what it is, the Mets don't want the circus, and that's why Colin Kaepernick That's why Colin Kaepernick can't get a
but
job.
it's not only
It's the
about the
circus
Mets.
thing.
He was named in the report that came out from
Yeah.
Major League Baseball. Why is he the only player's name that was named in it? Because he's a manager now.
Well, wait for
Where they said they weren't going to punish Beltran.
Well, no. Baseball's not punishing Beltran. The Mets punished
Exactly,
Beltran.
the Mets did.
Yeah.
So if baseball said, "All right, we're not going to hand a punishment down to Beltran," then why even include his name in the report that came down?
Because I don't think the
Why
Mets,
shouldn't Altuve's name be in that report? Why shouldn't George Springer's name be in that report? Why is Beltran's name the only name in that report that was a player on that team?
'Cause he's a
and not in
manager.
anybody in a managerial
he's a
position.
manager. Well, they already as we're talking, I was watching the TV and Highly Questionable has a video I saw earlier of Altuve telling his teammates after he hit that walk-off home run against the Yankees to not rip off his jerseys, telling them no, don't rip off his jerseys. Everyone's making excuses for him, saying that his wife got mad a couple years ago. He hit a walk-off.
That was his excuse on his live interview after it happened.
Yeah. See, right here. See, he's telling them, don't rip off my jersey, don't rip off my jersey. They found a lump in his jersey, but he's not the only person they found a lump into. They found a lump in a Yankee jersey, a Dodger jersey. There's a couple teams they
I
found lumps
don't
in.
agree with that whole thing. They said they investigated that. They found no evidence anybody wearing any kind of buzzer. Just because he doesn't want his jersey ripped off, I'm not going to buy into he was wearing a buzzer underneath that's tipping him off as to what pitch is coming.
I'm just saying they're
A
showing it.
conspiracy theory is a conspiracy theory. but
And you
it
know
is
me,
what it is.
I am the biggest
We're
conspiracy theorist
They're gonna
around.
run wild with it, and it's just fun.
Of course, well, they need something to talk about. Think about it.
That's why we're talking about it.
Think about it.
now.
If it didn't come out this week, we would have about 14 minutes of nothing to talk about.
I understand.
You know what I mean? Think about it.
The problem is that Beltran got fired for no reason at all. It was unjust. The Mets, made a poor decision by letting this happen, and then they come out and try to, tell everybody that it was a mutual decision. He agreed. He didn't want to be a distraction to the team, but we all know that's nonsense. Just like, the title of our podcast, nonsense. Nobody's believing what the Mets are saying. He was forced out. That's all there is to it. He wouldn't have taken the job with them rumors swirling from the beginning if he thought it was going to, be a problem for him managing the team. He went right to work as soon as he got hired. He spent 2 months, getting the team ready, talking to players, trying to, do what he wanted to do to get ready for spring training. And now here we are, middle of January going on February, and the Mets are just back at the drawing table. Nothing in sight about who's going to manage the team. But we'll see what happens.
You know what this reminds me of? Not to get off topic of baseball. This reminds me of the Jets. Remember the Jets this year? We had our GM. Our GM drafted a team. Free agency.
And your crazy-eyed coach.
And my crazy-eyed coach got rid of him. That crazy bastard got rid of him. And I'll tell you what, I saw that man in person. I was on the field for the Patriots game. And I looked behind him, and he was looking at me, and he was looking at the guy on the 20-yard line on the other side of the field. And I was on this 20-yard line, all right? So he is a crazy-eyed bastard. And I'll tell you right now, I'm like, now everyone's saying that Tony La Russa cheated.
Isn't he dead?
No, he's not dead. He has to do some player operations.
So he's still alive.
Yeah,
All right, well, he's still alive, but now we're going to accuse Tony La Russa, who hasn't managed the game in how many freaking years?
Since the 2011 World Series.
Okay, he hasn't managed the game since then, but now we're going to say that he was cheating back in the 1980s.
They said he had a video camera.
Yeah, he was using video in the 1980s.
If he had a video camera, that thing is like this. What's the ball strike there, son? Like, they didn't have small video cameras,
There was no flat screen TVs or, these small monitors they had.
Like what's he gonna do? Yell at the official? Hey, stop the game! I gotta change the tape in my video camera. Like, what the hell? But I want to see evidence that this man cheated. I want to see evidence.
Tony La Russa cheated
In 1980. At least with the Astros, you can hear them banging on the.
Well, I like the point you brought up about your IT guy on the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm a Cardinal fan, and I was angry that they cheated back in.
And how did they cheat? Tell them how he cheated.
They broke into the Astros computer data, which is funny because the Astros sucked when they broke into the computer data, and then when they found out that they broke into the computer data, the Astros automatically became good. And I think we know why the Astros came so good. It's because they bang on the dugout.
But when that happened, MLB investigated that whole situation, correct?
Then we got screwed.
What was the punishment that was handed down? Who lost their jobs? Who got fired?
2 first-round draft picks and 3 people from the organization.
Who got fired? Who from the organization got fired?
I think the guy that deals with the computers.
The IT guy got fired. Good. And probably 2 other, associate IT guys. Nothing happened to the manager, right? Did anything happen to the players?
Because Mike Matheny doesn't cheat.
There's no bias in that statement that his manager doesn't cheat.
Because Mike Matheny was on the Astros
But the Mets manager, who was a player on the team in 2017, who came to the Mets to become their manager, who, the Mets have nothing to do with this scandal that happened, but, we got to get rid of him immediately before he can even manage a game, before he even makes it to spring training.
Listen, Mike Fiers was just upset because they didn't redraft him or re-sign him. And like I said, this reminds me of the Jets situation with Mike McCaggan. Mike McCaggan had nothing to do with anything with Adam Gase signing. We wanted Mike McCarthy. We didn't want Adam Gase, that fucking bug-eyed bastard. We didn't want him. We wanted Mike McCarthy. And now he's in Dallas, and now Dallas.
As a Giants fan, I wanted Mike McCarthy too.
Cowboy fans don't even want Mike McCarthy. Which is crazy because I like Mike McCarthy.
Me too. I'm a fan of Mike McCarthy's, but now I can't stand the guy because he's on the Cowboys. So I hope we destroy him and destroy the Cowboys.
That's right.
And I hope the Giants do the right thing and bring Jason Garrett in as the offensive coordinator. I don't care what anybody says. He is the right choice. Say whatever you want about him. He is the guy because there's nobody, that's going to have a bigger bone to pick with the Cowboys, and there's nobody that's going to want to beat them more than Jason Garrett. I mean, he turned, Prescott into a decent quarterback. Daniel Jones had a good first season, but I think, Garrett's the guy for him going forward that's going to hopefully take him over the top. So I hope the Giants do the right thing and bring Garrett in. At least, that's going to give Judge a rookie head coach, somebody that's been in the head coach position before, who hired Patrick Graham as a defensive coordinator. But we'll see. I think Garrett's the guy for the offensive coordinator job for the Giants.
But what helps out, Dak Prescott, is that he has a hell of a running back. Because I'll tell you right now, when Ezekiel Elliott was hurt, Dak was not Dak.
Okay, and what about the Giants?
But, like I said, it's going to help him out because
Saquon Barkley was hurt for most of the season. Did Daniel Jones not play well in the games that he was missing, or did he play well?
He played okay.
Okay.
Problem is, the kid's got to learn to keep the ball in his hand.
He turned the ball over a lot, but he's a rookie quarterback. But, that happens.
But what's going to happen is, because the Giants didn't really put a game plan in for Daniel Jones. The Giants put a game plan in for Eli Manning.
The Giants went into the season saying Eli's our starting quarterback. We're going to stick with Eli.
But this year, the Giants are putting a game plan in for Daniel Jones. The Giants, I think, have $60 million in cap space.
Yeah, they have a lot of money to spend this year.
So now what the Giants got to do is Giants got to get themselves wide receivers. You can't rely on Sterling Shepard, who's hurt his thumb. Because I'll tell you right now, I hurt my thumb in football.
The thumb injury is not what to worry about with him. He's had a lot of concussions. That's the thing you need to worry about with him.
But I hurt my thumb in football, and I'll tell you right now, sometimes when I whack my thumb, it hurts for weeks. All right? So once you hurt your thumb, a lot of times it doesn't really heal to the way you want it to. With him, you got thumb problems. And
I don't think the receiving position is where the Giants need to be overly concerned.
Offensive line?
The offensive line needs to be improved, and their defense was atrocious last year. They couldn't stop anybody. There was people wide open all over the field, nonstop. Anywhere you look, there's somebody wide open.
But if you look at it, I'm just looking at the offense. We'll worry about defense.
Why don't we worry about the whole team?
Because the defense has nothing to do with the quarterback.
The defense gave up freaking point after point, yard after yard, big play after big play. Why shouldn't I be worried about the defense?
Because if your defense is going to do that, you need a better wide receiver. You need a better wide receiving core than you got.
What does the wide receiver have to do with my defense giving up a 50-yard pass after 50-yard pass?
You need, like the Jets.
What does the wide receiver have to do with that?
Like the Jets, you need a wide receiver. Like when the Jets had Brandon Marshall, Eric Decker, and Quincy Enunwa playing that 1 year.
And who was that quarterback?
I think it was Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, okay.
And, Brandon Marshall always got double teams. Decker was always one-on-one. And who got left wide open?
Quincy Enunwa.
Quincy Enunwa. I'm just checking the phone. I just want to make sure the phone's not going to die. But what you need is the Jets need the number one wide receiver to get double teamed a lot, and so do the Giants. Once that happens, Daniel Jones won't sit back there as much, and he'll have time to throw the ball. Why do people keep messaging me?
No, I don't think... I disagree with Mike. I don't think wide receiver is where the Giants need to turn to right now. I mean,
you don't need a tight end.
Slayton had a good rookie season. He caught a lot of touchdowns. Him and Daniel Jones had a good, repertoire together going. So I think that's only going to improve. Their running back is going to be healthy and hungry next year to prove that the year that just passed, was not a typical year for him. He's going to be hungry next year. He's going to want to show what he can do. I mean, for me, like I said, we want to improve the offensive line so Daniel Jones ain't under pressure. Eli Manning was getting killed his last few years, which is why, he went down so fast. But the defense is the biggest part. They couldn't sack a damn person. They couldn't get to the quarterback at all. Their secondary couldn't cover a damn person. So, for me, it starts with the offensive line and the entire defense. They got to improve on those two areas.
But I will tell you what. If the Giants got to Chase Young, I think it'll probably be the biggest mistake you guys go for.
The Giants fucked themselves over by winning their last game against the Redskins when, the Redskins took that number 2 pick, because now they're not going to get Chase Young, which is who they needed, because he could have been a game wrecker on defense for them. But now they're not going to get their hands on him, and he's going to go to somebody in the division that we're going to have to play twice a year. So
no, the Redskins are picking a quarterback. Not a quarterback, who did I say the Redskins were going to pick? Yeah, the Redskins might pick a quarterback.
The Redskins aren't picking a quarterback.
Hey, you never know.
They're not. They're going to go into next year with Dwayne Haskins playing quarterback, and they're going to see what he can do. And if next year's a failure, then they might go after a quarterback.
But I don't know. I don't know what quarterback will be in the market
Next year?
Is Burrow?
He's coming out this year, but Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback for Clemson, he's going back to school. He's going to be available, the year after.
But they say that though.
That's what they say. True. I don't know if that's official yet. I haven't heard nothing official.
But I don't know. We'll see. Because I want the Jets are picking 11th. Were you guys picking 5th, right? 5th or 6th?
I don't remember. I can't recall off the top of my head. I thought it was 4th or 5th.
If Jerry Jeudy falls past the Giants, which I think the Giants are going to pick Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama, I'm not a big fan of SEC wide receivers. I've never been a big fan of SEC wide receivers. But as a Michigan fan, I saw him torch a really good secondary. He was just all over the damn field. It pissed me off because, I'm a Michigan fan. It just torched us. So as a Jets fan, and as somebody who watched that man run all over Michigan, I would love for him to fall to 11. But if he doesn't fall to 11, if I'm the Jets, 11 is still a high pick.
I saw a mock draft where they say the Giants are going to pick him at wide receiver with their early pick, which if they do that, I might have to boycott the Mets this year and the Giants this year.
He's just going to boycott all sports.
I might have to change all of my sports teams because he is the last person we need. I'm not going back down that road. I can see him like Odell Beckham. This is the last person we need in here.
But I think when free agency starts when? March, right? I think
after the Super Bowl.
I think the Giants could target a lineman in the draft, but target maybe a cornerback in
so now you're agreeing with me.
No.
You just said receiver. Now you're saying everybody on the defensive side of the ball.
I'm talking about free agency. The draft is where
you want them to get a wide receiver in the draft and then go through free agency to improve their defense. That's what you want them to do.
No. I said lineman. I can see you guys drafting. I can actually see you guys moving back, getting picks next year, and moving back to
then why did you just tell me 10 minutes ago that the Giants need to go out and address wide receiver?
No, I said that's what everyone's saying they're doing.
I haven't heard that
at all. Said.
Yeah, I saw mock draft that said that.
Who was it? Mel Kiper? Or was it the other knucklehead?
It was the other knucklehead.
Listen, I've seen like 3 mock drafts that had look at it. The Rockies are retiring Larry Walker's number. I like that. But yeah, I saw a bunch of mock drafts. I saw a couple mock drafts that had the Giants picking Jerry Jeudy. I saw a couple that had the Giants actually moving down to like 16th, picking a lineman. I want the Jets to pick a lineman. If the Jets don't pick a lineman, I'll be very upset.
The Giants need a lineman.
Exactly. The problem with the Jets is we go defense. The last 5 defensive players we picked,
wasn't Jamal Adams one of them?
Darren Lee.
Never heard of him.
I think he was pumping my gas yesterday. Leonard Williams got traded to the Giants.
And didn't get a sack, I don't believe.
Because he sucks. And I've been telling Giant fans all year, the guy sucks.
But he said he should get a lot of money because he can stop the run.
And I'll tell you what.
He can't sack a quarterback, but he can stop a running back, apparently.
As a Jet fan, we all hope the Giants re-sign him. Because if the Giants re-sign him, we traded for a 3rd and a 5th. But they gave us a 3rd and a 5th. If the Giants re-sign him, that 5th goes to a 4th. So, you guys got to re-sign him. Jay, you could re-sign him for 1 year. I don't care.
The Giants will not re-sign him because he already said he wants a lot of money. He thinks he should be well paid. But his production on the field, once we traded for him, didn't prove that he deserved big money. We can use that money elsewhere.
Like wide receiver. Okay. But, I heard Beckham wants to come back.
Hey, bring him back, man. Bring Odell back.
But first of all, he's going to be in jail for slapping a security officer in the ass.
Yeah, he's going to get like a week in jail and a big fine, but he'll be all right. You see all that cash he was handing out at that game? He's got enough cash to go around.
See, that's the other thing. He could also get in trouble for that, too. That's bribery.
Who is he bribing?
That's, not, they call it bribery.
Who the hell was he bribing?
Now they're all saying it was fake money. It was like Monopoly. It was like,
And then Joe Burrow came out and said, no, it was real cash. And he said, you can't do nothing to me about it now because I'm not a college athlete anymore. That's exactly what Joe Burrow said.
okay. Don't worry, the NCAA will find a way to fucking make it a big thing.
The NCAA is the biggest sham of all time.
Yes, I agree. And what the hell is that?
They're the biggest. They're the most greedy people of all time. They make so much money, but as soon as if I give $1 to a college player over here, then they're going to be disqualified, suspended. So that's why all these people that are really good at sports, all these athletes, they don't even want to go to college no more. They want to bypass college, so they don't have to worry about all these rules and stupid stipulations.
I agree. Not having a college football game is nuts. Just because these kids want to get paid for everything, and
I'm shocked. Mike just said he agreed.
I gotta agree with something.
Coming from a Jets fan who tells me the Giants' biggest need is wide receiver, I'm still trying to comprehend that one.
I mean, you gotta admit it. I mean, Slayton was good. He won me a lot of money this year. I won about $1,000 with Slayton.
How many touchdowns did Daniel Jones throw as a rookie quarterback? Didn't he have like 27 touchdowns thrown?
I don't know.
So are we worried about that? Are we worried about how many touchdowns the wide receivers are scoring?
Give me your laptop. I'll look it up. Give me your laptop.
No, I'll look it up right here.
No, I want to look up something on your laptop. Because
it's installing updates, motherfucker.
You sack of shit.
Keep talking to
No, I don't think he had that many touchdowns. He had a lot of lost fumbles. He had a lot of fumbles though. That's the problem. You address the offensive needs.
Daniel Jones had 24 passing touchdowns.
Okay.
24 passing touchdowns.
Okay.
As a rookie, and he came in at week 2. Then he missed another 3 to 4 games while he was injured with that before he came back for the last couple games.
I don't think he was injured.
No matter what, he missed the first 2 games. He didn't start. Then he was out for 3 or 4 games. He finished with 24 touchdowns, and you're telling me I need to worry about my receivers.
How many of them were?
And Evan Ingram was out for the last few weeks of the season too, and we had another tight end in there, so he wasn't even playing. But I need to worry about the people that Daniel Jones are throwing the ball to when he had 24 touchdowns to finish the season.
Hey, you need wide receiver. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we need a wide receiver.
You need a number one wide receiver.
Tell Joe Judge that he needs a wide receiver in the worst way. That's his biggest concern is wide receiver in offense.
I'll send him the video after this. Who's calling? But listen. Both New York teams need number one wide receiver. Because you could turn that 24 touchdowns with a number 1 into 30. That's all I'm saying.
Didn't Robbie Anderson have a good year for you?
If he's not my number 1, and he might not be resigned though. We might not be resigning him unless we.
So he's a free agent now.
Not yet.
Or you're going to cut him?
Think he's like an unrestricted free agent.
All right, good. So the Giants signed Robbie Anderson, and then we don't have to worry about going after another wide receiver.
Hey, I like
perfect.
I like Robbie Anderson. You can sign Robbie Anderson.
I mean, I think he's a good player.
He likes to have sex with cops' life.
I don't like how he talks to the cops when they were talking to him. The vulgar stuff he was saying. But hey, I'll take him as a player. He's tall. He's lanky. He can get up there and catch the ball.
All right. All right, we are. All right. What was I gonna say? Both teams need to work. How does Jeff Van listen?
Don't tell me again that both teams need to work on the offense.
On the offense?
No, I don't agree with you.
Listen,
you're completely wrong about that. Maybe your team does. My team doesn't need to work on the offense. Maybe the offensive line. But running back, receiver, tight end.
That's working on the offense.
We can go into next season with the same core we have there, and if we improve the line and the defense, we'll already be better off.
My thing is,
we're not going to be going over the top next year by getting a good wide receiver. That's not going to put us over the top.
My thing is, you guys need a good backup running back. I know. Everybody says backup running back. Backup running back. Think about it.
That's
Wayne
fine.
Gallman.
That's fine. They can get that in free agency. They can go sign somebody real quick in free agency. That's not a major, concern that we can't worry about later on. That's nothing serious. They'll address that. If you tell me one more time about a wide receiver on the Giants, we're gonna have to close this thing down now. I don't want to hear nothing about a Giants wide receiver. They'll be just fine. If we can, I'll go in the next season with the same wide receiving crew that we had this year. If they improve the line and improve the defense, we're already better off.
See that? I get them fired up sometimes, and it's great because it just makes everything move on quickly. You ready to move on to the next topic?
Go ahead. You tell me what you want to talk about.
Since Dom's all fired up.
You're the host. You tell me what you want to talk about.
We're going to bring up... Let's see, what time is it? 4:54. We got a little late start. We're going to cut it short today. Probably stop... Oh, man. I remember that. Probably stop around like 5.
We can do another 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you want to do. It don't matter.
Yeah, we'll do another 10 minutes. A little XFL talk. I am a season ticket of the New York Guardians. Go Guardians. And, want to talk about the rules. Just in case people haven't figured out the rules yet. Dom, let me see your phone, Dom. Dom and I were talking about the XFL rules.
I guess this is how he's going to end the show. It's going to take him at least 10 minutes to tell about all the new rules for the XFL coming up.
All right. We got double forward pass, pretty much. Let's say Dom goes in front of me as a quarterback. I could throw it to him, and then he could fire it down the field. Got to be behind the line of scrimmage. Simple as that. How do you feel about the new kickoff rules?
Explain it to me.
Pretty much the new kickoff rules is my team starts on the 25, and your team starts on the 35. On the opponent's 35. We're all starting on the receiving team's 35. The kicker kicks the ball. The only people that are allowed to move are the kicker and the returner until the ball's on the ground for 3 seconds or the ball's touched by the receiver.
Okay, I like it.
Okay. You think the I think your thing's updated. You think the NFL will take that in consideration?
Not a chance.
Okay. I was just thinking about
Do you?
Listen, the NFL does some stupid shit.
They will never. If Vince McMahon comes up with it, believe me, the NFL is not going to go with it.
Now, the other thing is points after touchdown. I do like this. It's 2-yard line, 5-yard line, 10-yard line. There's no extra points. You get one play from the
So there's no kicking an extra point field goal.
No, there is field goal, but there's no kicking of the extra point. You get.
So how the fuck do you score a field goal if you don't kick it?
No. There's no extra points, but there's a field goal. I'm explaining it to you.
Can you kick a field goal after a touchdown?
No, I'm explaining to you how it works.
Yes or no?
No, I just said no.
So no. So there's no extra point.
No, there is an extra point. Listen. You start off from the 2. It's one shot at the end zone. Like a 2-point conversion in the NFL. If you score, you get 1 point. Or you could do it from the 5.
Okay.
If you score that, that's 2 points.
Okay.
But if you want to go to the 10 and you score that, that's 3 points.
Okay.
So that takes away the kicking.
Are those the only 3 things you can do after a touchdown?
After a touchdown.
So there's no extra point.
There is. On the 1.
An extra point is a kick.
No.
Either way, you got to go for a conversion. Either a 1-point conversion or a 2-point conversion,
exactly.
Or what's the last one? A 3?
A 3-point conversion.
A 3. Okay, so you got to go for a conversion.
I said there's no kicking.
You have to run an offensive play.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's no kicking, but there is a field goal though. Field goal, not extra point field goal, but there's a field goal. They're kicking the field goal.
Oh, this guy here.
You can kick a field goal.
There's no field goal kicking, after a touchdown. That's the point I was trying to make. You can kick a field goal, but not after a touchdown.
I said that there's no extra.
If you score a touchdown, you have to go for an offensive play to score a conversion. You just have to determine what yard line you want to start on.
There's no extra point kicking.
Okay, good. I'm glad we understand that.
Now we understand that. Now we understand that. Yes. What was it? The ball's different. The ball has each team's logo on it, colorful. I miss the old XFL black and red ball. That was fun.
I did like that ball as well.
What was I gonna say? The punt The punting thing is pretty cool. It's like actually there's nothing like it. Pretty much you punt the ball, and if the ball goes out of bounds from, let's say the ball goes out of bounds on the 20, it comes up to the 30, 35. Let's say the ball's punted from like the other team's 1, and it gets punted, and it's like, it lands on the 45, then it stays on the 45. But if it gets punted past the 35, then it automatically comes up to the 35.
So how are they adding yards? How are they determining how they add yards?
They're trying to make teams. Pretty much they want teams to go for it.
I understand, but how are they determining the yards that they give the other team if it goes out of bounds?
If it goes out of bounds from the 35 to from the 34-yard line, from the opponent's 35 down to like the end zone, it comes automatically back up to the 35.
What if it goes into the end zone?
It comes automatically to 35.
Right away.
Yeah. They're pretty much trying to force teams to go for it on 4th down instead of punting.
I understand.
So
I mean, the kickoff thing I agree with. This whole punting thing, I'm going to have to see it before, I can really make an accurate assessment of it. But, if I'm on the 10-yard line, I might as well just let it go if I'm going to be able to start on the 35.
Well, no. If you're on your 10-yard line, you punt it. Because it's an XFL. Not many XFL punters are going to make it to the fucking 20 on the other
These
side
are
of the
new
field.
rules in football, so we have to see them in action before we can really make an accurate assessment if they're, good rules, bad rules, or what. But
February 8th on Fox, I think. It's either Fox or NBC. One of the games is Fox. The game I'll be at, Guardians versus,
don't ask me, Mike.
I think, Tampa Bay Vipers. I'll be at that game, But the cool thing about it is, with this right here, I talked to a rep. My buddy talked to a rep. We might be getting a player to come on with us, so that'll be cool. I tried to get live stream today, but it wasn't working, so I got to talk to somebody about live streaming this. We're going to end it short today.
We got to cut it short.
We do.
Next show we're going to cover, the Royal Rumble coming up. That's happening a week from this Sunday, so we don't really have to get into it today.
That's right. The next show will probably be just audio. We'll probably end up doing it at work. No video, but the video thing I like because it was,
it was a fun first episode.
Oh, it was.
Mike talked a lot of nonsense, as I expected. A lot of nonsense coming from Mike's direction. But
listen, I'm not here for, that's why I get other people come on so they can talk the knowledge and I just talk the nonsense. I'm the uncontrollable nonsense. That's what I am. I'm uncontrollably nonsense talking. We got sponsors. We're not getting paid for these sponsors. They just buddies of mine.
Before Mike gets into the sponsors, just remember, Giants fan, he says our number one concern is wide receiver.
I never said number one concern.
The number one concern for the Giants is wide receiver.
Listen.
Daniel Jones, rookie quarterback, 24 touchdowns, but we need to work on the receiving core.
I never said number one. I said a concern. Hey.
That was the first concern that you listed, though. You didn't start with the line. You didn't start with the defense. Your first concern when you talked about the Giants was wide receiver.
I just know what I watched last year. I might have just watched all the bad games. I don't know. I might have just watched all the bad games. I watched a lot of Giants games last year. After the surgery,
I guess
every
you
Sunday
didn't
I
see
watched.
Danny Dimes throwing dimes all over the end zone.
I hate that fucking nickname so much. Such a stupid nickname.
Oh, I love it.
Danny
Dimes, 2020, baby.
Sam Darnold's going to lead us to the playoffs that year. I didn't even talk about the Jets today.
He told me that last year, too. The Jets are, built for the playoffs last year.
It's not my fault he got mono, kissing hookers' buttholes and shit like that.
Well, he did what he did. Your coach did what he had to do. And what kind of season did Le'Veon Bell have? I had him on my fantasy team. I don't think we have enough time to get into that. We'll cover Le'Veon Bell's season again, next week. But let Mike get into the sponsors. I didn't even know there was sponsors. But
yeah, man. I got my boys. Like I said, if you know anybody that needs a sponsor, if you know anybody that has a job and needs a sponsor, I'll write it down. We'll sponsor him
Let
next
Mike
time.
shout out whoever you got to shout out.
You know, we got a great radio station here at West Point. They play everything. They got country night. They got hip hop night. They got everything. It's called WKDT West Point. What's the radio station number? 98 point.
We're gonna have to get back to
I'll get back to you
on the number.
I get back to you on the number. Yeah. We got Hollenbeck and Daily Roofing. My buddy's father's business. Great company. You know, always great service. You know, enjoys working. Great people he works with. What else? Hudson Valley Bowling Supply. That's where I get my balls drilled. Always gotta shout them out. You know, great people. Love them. My buddy Brian, Decks Unlimited. If you need a deck, hit him up. He does great work. Go on his Facebook page.
With his deck, I'll tell you that.
Go on his Facebook page. Oh man, the decks that he does. And my buddy Dave Nicoli, Rita Levine, real estate. You need a house, apartment, you need anything, hit my boy up. He'll help you out.
Or hit Mike up and he'll put you in touch with them.
Hit Mike up and he'll put me in touch with him.
Just what he said, everybody.
Exactly.
Just what he said.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we're signing off.
That was the first show. Hope you guys like it. Give me some critique. Give me some. I want critique. I want the good. I want the bad. You know, 45 minutes. That was longer than I thought.
We wanted to go 60 minutes, but like Mike said, he was too preoccupied trying to get the video up on YouTube. So, you know, it is what it is. It was fun. We had a good time doing it. I know I had fun giving my opinions and all this kind of stuff.
And that's all we need. Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to have we're going to have like 4 people.
We did our whole
people.
first podcast. Didn't mention nothing about the NFL playoffs this Sunday.
Well, anyways,
Who are your picks? Just give them your picks.
I got the Titans and I got the Packers.
Me too. Same. Wow, I'm shocked that we agree, but I agree.
I got Titans and the Packers.
Same 2 teams. The Titans are rolling right now. Aaron Rodgers, I'm never going to bet against them, so I'm picking the same 2 teams.
Titans 28-21. Packers 17-14. No blowouts. It's going to be a great weekend of football. Pro Bowl is going to be the
I'm surprised that you think this 49ers game is going to be more low scoring than the Chiefs-Titans game. I think it's going to be the other way around. I'm not going to throw a score out there, but I think that Packers-49ers game is going to be, you know, a very high-scoring game. They're both offenses are good. San Francisco has a good defense, but Aaron Rodgers is going to be throwing balls all over the damn place.
We will see, my friend.
Yes, we will.
Don't forget.
All right, everybody.
Don't forget to get yourself some Pure Leaf.
I don't think he's allowed to do that. I think that's, you know, illegal what he just did.
I'm not getting paid for it. I can shout him out if I want. I'm not getting paid for it.
All right,
anyways.
everybody. Hit the ending music.